This is Touch Type Tale, a real-time strategy typing game, currently in development by Pumpernickel Studio, aiming to be released this year. A demo of this was available to play during the Steam Game Festival Summer Edition 2020. Now, Windows Speech Recognition did not want to send text into this at all. Dragon sort of works, but it's still a bit of a tough time because of some interface issues. Wake up. Cap Glenfoot. Yogurt. Cap Beginnings. Press Sierra. Press right. Press right. Cap Start. Game.
In a kingdom
Space.
named Minsteria.
Space.
In a
Cap Child. Caps on. Golf. Quaker. Golf. Press Alpha. Golf. Cap Golf. Caps on. Rooms. Golf. Maths. Nurse. Golf. Van. Honey. Years. Sun. Prime. Golf. Age. Jewel. Jewels. Mouth. Horse. Row. Fourth. Backspace. Fourth. Four. Backspace. Cap 4. Cap fourth. Cap mouse. Caps on. Staff. Wings. Hands. Front. Staff. Go to sleep. So what I've been doing there is going into the mine, which currently has the word null over it, gathering gold, and then gone over to the town and hired people to collect the gold and bring it back. Wake up. Cap groups. Power. Odds. Tools. Now I've just started building a farm and then also a place to recruit soldiers. Cap nullify. Kilo. Intel. Caps on. Kilo. Car. Jewels. Kilo. Plate. Fees. Virus. Amounts. Kilo. Noise. Lists. Foxtrot. Lima. Kilo. Echo. Player. Roots. Types. Victor. Housing. List. Victor. Sierra. Press S. Cap dress. Trailer. Caps on. Backspace. Trailer. Backspace. Cap trailer. Caps on. Unity. Victor. Notes. Rates. Victor. Backspace. Cap elk. Cap elk. Backspace. Cap friends. Cap want. Go to sleep. So you see there, saying the word one, W-A-N, in speech recognition software, it just doesn't really work. So if I want to get that, it's easier to say the word want and then remove one letter. In this game, you find that if you started typing any letter of a given word, you are locked into that word and you have to either say backspace or complete it. The issue here is that some of the words start with capital letters and some don't. Wake up. Cap arms. Backspace. Cap arms. Cap words. Files. Files. Cap files. Cap juice. Cap juice. Cap zones. Juliet. Sierra. Delta. Quebec. No caps toward. Go to sleep. So this creates one of the unusual conflicts that you wouldn't expect when you're making a typing game. Another one is you get words that are hard to pronounce, like Zenon there. Wake up. Zenon. Xenon. Spell cap X-ray Echo November Oscar November. No caps polling. No caps pole. Caps on X-ray. Waste. Story. Spell cap X-ray Yankee Lima Alpha November. Spell Yankee Lima Alpha November. Cap lacking. Cap child. Press Control Lima. Medium. Cap tables. Unity. Backspace. Go to sleep. So Dragon has a mode called caps on and the reverse of caps off, where it capitalizes every letter, and so that's what I've been activating when I'm in the mine and when I'm having to say a lot of these key things in a row. But whenever I have to say backspace, it turns it off, which means if I said some extra letters, and in order to complete one of the capitalized words, and I'm locked into a lowercase word, then I'm kind of stuck, and I have to re-init, say backspace, say caps on, and then I get to continue. Wake up. Unity. Backspace. Caps on. Unity. Logic. Rooted. Roots. Years. Juliet. Alpha. Zulu. Tango. Value. Zulu. Kilo. November. Echo. Data. Themed. Backspace. Cap theme. Court. Backspace. Cap court. Cap yeast. Cap yeast. Press Control Kilo. Have. Go to sleep. Later in the game you get advice about flanking enemy forces for greater success. Wake up. Bell. Prior. Cap prior. Marks. Backspace. Cap marks. Cap buyer. Cap buyers. Cap event. Cap image. Vector. Backspace. Cap vector. Birthday. Backspace. Caps on. Birthday. Point. Backspace. Cap point. Caps on. Games. Lunch. Alpha. Uniform. Quebec. Tango. Song. Thing. Kitty. Front. Girls. Alpha. Zulu. Kilo. Delta. No caps keenly. No caps moved. No caps happy. Go to sleep. At this point I'm not going to bother going into the mine anymore. Go to sleep. Because it's so much work compared to the farms. Wake up. Press Control Kilo. No caps fully. No caps jolly. Nullify. Backspace. Cap nullify. Caps on. Backspace. Caps on. Lists. Label. Nodes. No destinies. No caps Dennis. Cap yeast. Bravo. Alpha. Victor. Zulu. Prior. Terms. Lines. Alphabet. Backspace. Cap total. Cap wife. Youth. backspace, caps on, youth, Bravo megabytes, youth, guest, Papa, Kilo, Whiskey, Yankee, label, November, Kilo, Delta, Tango. Press Control Kilo, no caps then, patch. No caps decide. No caps view. Press Control Kilo. No caps quiet.
The whole
to
village
sleep.
of Glenford gathered to
Wake up.
thank Paul and
Space.
Adalbert.
Space.
Even May
Continue. Go to sleep. I dragged my feet about finishing this video, and so the demo is no longer playable, so I've put some music from YouTube's audio library in while I discuss the interface issues to a still frame from the recording. Now initially I could only access the first 3 levels, and you have to do those at 1 of 5 difficulties, and each difficulty is worth a number of stars. The 4th level required you to have 13 stars to unlock it, whereas I struggled a bit with getting between 1 and 3 stars on these levels. When I attempted the first at its maximum, I would get overwhelmed with the very first wave of attacks, so I was utterly stuck. So in terms of accessibility, I would suggest an option to remove star barriers, particularly if this is a defining feature throughout the main campaign. However, I did manage to use Cheat Engine 6.4 to slow the game down to 20% or 40% of normal speed, and I was able to complete these levels at maximum difficulty and unlock the 4th. The 4th level is a bit more of a defense one instead of strategy, and fortunately the approaching enemies have words on them, so the player can assist the soldiers in wiping them out, rather than having to hurriedly generate soldiers and hope you've generated enough. In the 3rd level they introduce this spell bar, which I suppose is an intended pun, and it lets you do a magic spell if you fill it up by typing correctly. The problem is it goes down every time you enter a wrong character, which includes spaces, and Dragon NaturallySpeaking automatically inserts spaces between every word. So while the bar starts somewhere around here, I constantly empty it even when I'm typing words correctly, and so I could never fill it to even see what it does. This is actually quite a common issue in typing games that punish you for typos, as they often include spaces in that. Technically I could say no space between each word, and that would remove the given spacebar between those 2 words, but it's already tiring enough to say cap, caps on, spell and no cap, so I wouldn't be able to. Alternatives for this could be an option to not punish if someone presses the spacebar, never punishing for typos at all, or never punishing typos but make the bar build more slowly for every sent word or correct letter. Occasionally the game asked for words that I can't pronounce in a way that the speech-to-text software will process correctly, like xenon, xylem, xylan, umlaut and alpha. That last word causes a unique problem because it's in the phonetic alphabet, so it is processed as the letter A. I can compensate by saying alphabet, but then that sends B, E and T into the game, and if those are the starting letters of any lowercase words currently on display, I'll be locked into that word and have to say backspace to escape. The same happens with other words in the phonetic alphabet, like Oscar and Zulu. So an option to remove certain words from the bank of words available to the game would be appreciated. Even just limiting removals to 50 words or so would make a good difference for a player like me. In the initial menu you can find the lowercase only setting. Turning on lowercase only means that all the words for typing are lowercase, but that also means that if you send any capital letters, they get rejected as typos. Given that Dragon will send capitals now and then into non-text applications like this when it feels like it, this doesn't help me in the game at all. A more ideal system would be a case-free system, which wouldn't care whether you sent uppercase or lowercase, treating every inputted letter like it was lowercase, which would save me from having to say any of the formatting prefix words, and make the game a lot easier. But yeah, this is a very interesting game, and I am curious to see how the rest of it goes, and it's still staying on my wish list. Be looking out for another chance to play the demo.